Alrighty, folks, I have a special treat for you. I have someone that goes by the handle Fed Guy, Joseph Wang. We are going to take complicated economics and break it down for the every person. Joseph, thank you for being here.
Hey, Michael, great to be here. I've watched your show before and I've learned from your all your real estate
Wow.
tips, so appreciate it.
Wow, that you got me blushing a little bit. That doesn't happen very often. So thank you for that. Joseph, do me a favor, introduce the audience, who you are, what you do, your background in a couple of minutes, and we'll get into the meat of the discussion.
Yeah, so as you noted, right now a lot of what I do it has to do with macroeconomic research, focusing specifically on the Fed, monetary policy, and what's happening with interest rates. But I wasn't always doing this. I actually began my career in law, and I realized pretty quickly that being a lawyer is a terrible thing to do. It's basically writing term papers for the rest of your life. And I
Writing
did
term
not
papers.
Yeah, I did not want to spend my life chasing commas. So I
Oh,
decided that
yeah.
I want to do something more interesting. Now, what was more interesting? Well, looking around the world. So back then I graduated school in 2008. Well, what was most interesting to me then what was happening in the world. You
Right.
had the financial markets basically imploding. You had the Fed, quote unquote, printing money. And there was just absolute chaos. And it was so exciting. So I wanted to do something that had to do with the financial markets. I went back to school, studied financial economics, worked as a credit analyst, worked as in economic consulting, but ultimately ended up with a job as a trader on the Fed's open markets desk.
Wow.
So the Fed actually has a trading desk. So that's where they do all their big monetary policy implementations. So when the Fed is doing quantitative easing, when the Fed is doing these emergency lending, it's done at the open markets desk by people like me. And I
Mhm.
was there for a few years and I learned a tremendous amount because when you're there, you're kind of like at the kind of behind the curtain in a sense. Because
Right.
when you're at the Fed's open market desk, you can have candid conversations with a wide range of people in the markets. So on the outside, let's say you look at yields going up, yields going down, equities going up, equities going down. You don't really know what's driving that. But when you're at the Fed's trading desk, you can call a foreign central bank, you can call a big hedge fund, you can call a
Mhm.
big bank, and they'll give you a candid conversation as to what they think is happening. And you
Wow.
do that, and you also have a lot of confidential data, so you get a pretty good sense as to how things work. So I was there for a number of years, and afterwards I realized that I had learned all there was to learn there, and time to do something for myself. So I started my well. First of all, I wrote a book called Central Banking 101, which
Yeah.
is a bestseller on Amazon that talks about how the financial markets work. But now I help people basically understand the markets with my blog, fedguy.com, which is a weekly research publication.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love what you're doing. Let's kind of show me the book one more time because again, I think a lot of people that follow my channel, they love what we talk about economics, but there's so much more there. Central Banking 101, Joseph Wang.
Yep.
Go get it, show him some love, write a review, do all the good stuff for him here.